tots, those oppressed by taters and spuds. We are reaching out because we feel that you are possibly being oppressed by a power-hungry potato. We are always looking to defend those who are being harassed by potatoes. There's no pressure to join our super elite club. We are just a group of vigilantes who want to make sure that everyone is safe from potatoes who have let a little bit of fame go to their heads. Thank you.
That brings me to a very special treat. Mary McCoy is going to come up right now, and she is going to sing a song that I wrote, and then she and Dave Curtis, one of the band members, helped to write. But before she comes up, I need to teach all of you something. You're going to, during this song, say one word, and the word is social. Can you handle it? So if I point at you and say social, you're going to go? All right. And Mary's going to actually sing, Let's Get Social. I'll point to you, and you'll say social. All right, cool. Mary McCoy with Continuum, please come on up. This is Let's Get Social.
Showing you things you like. Try to get engagement with some photos from my life. My cat, my kids, some bacon. I'm hoping you'll share my stuff and tweet it to the world. If you help me grow my clouds, I promise that I'll share yours. So connect with me. Let's have some fun. Let's show the world how this gets done. Let's get social.
Social.
With social media. Let's get social.
Social.
With social media. Where we can spread the word and grow our reach and find our fans in their news feed. Let's get social with social media. We're searching for the story that'll bring us instant fame. So we shoot our viral video and we post it to the gram. We're looking for the secret of Facebook's holy grail. We try to keep from paying no that leads to hashtag fail. So connect with me, let's have some fun. Let's show the world how this gets done. Let's get social.
Social.
Social media. Let's get social.
Social.
Social media. Where we can spread the word and grow our reach and find our fans in their news feed. Let's get social.
Social.
With social media.
All right, everyone, I want you to stand up right now. Take out your phones. Take a selfie with your neighbor. It's time to get social.
Yeah! What's up, dabblers? You know what you're, oh man, I fucked up my rap. Wait, I love you, girl, you know it's true. I just want to do social media with you. Twitter, Instagram, Rumble, you'll see just how cool social media
Hey
can
now,
be.
y'all! Can we just get real? Do we really care about our fans, or is this just another deal? Said another way, that we lost our way? Social's about the people, remember? We are people. Do we really need another like, fan, or share? Do we need another post to show up everywhere? I hope as we scatter that we never forget that our posts live forever, even when we go to bed.
So connect with me. Let's have some fun. Let's show the world.
Not really getting that clap thing going. All right, everyone, you know what to do.
Let's get social.
Social.
With social media. Let's get social.
Social.
With social media. When we can spread the word and grow our reach and find our fans in their newsfeed. Let's get social.
Social.
Let's get social.
Let's get social.
Let's get social.
Let's get social.
Media. Give it up, Mary McCoy. Woo!
Give it up, dabblers.
Good job.
Greetings, dabblers, and welcome to another fantastic episode of BeDabblin Live, the only show for trolls by trolls. I am your host, El Horrible, and with me is the voice of OJ Sampson. OJ, how are you?
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
We haven't spoke in quite some time. How have you been?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I got a puppy, so if you guys hear,
Oh, that's right. It's not
Pretty-
dead yet?
no, she's doing great, but
Wonderful.
she's a big pain in the ass. So,
It was like a pit bull mix or something?
yeah, she's a pit bull, and yeah, she's a sweetheart. I said, I have a feeling she was like raised to be like a fighting dog, and she's just so timid and sweet that I think whoever had her dumped her off somewhere, and somebody in the neighborhood picked her up. And he wasn't really fit to take care of dogs, and I took the dog off his hands, and
Good for you.
she's gaining weight and getting jollier by the day.
Do you have any pictures? People want pictures.
Oh no, I haven't. I'm not a picture. I don't really. I'm just not. I don't do that, but I will. I'll take some pictures after the show and maybe post them on Twitter or something.
What's her name?
I still haven't given her a new name. Her name is Blue.
Oh, Blue. Blue is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that name. So
What about
We'll see.
Bluey? Like the children's cartoon. That's a very good show.
yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Bluey is good, and it might not be too overwhelming for the dog or whatever. Like
Right,
maybe
right.
Bluey would be fine since it's been called Blue all this time.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the only
wonderful.
problem I have. I didn't want to change the name too much. So yeah, maybe I'll just stick with Blue. Maybe that's just her name.
Yes. Will there be an opportunity where we can yell "Shut that dog up"? Does she
Sure.
bark?
Absolutely. She's probably about to soon because she wants to go out every 5 minutes. So
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
I'll do my best to hit mute.
Oh, no problem. Also joining us today is Cordif. Oh, hello, everybody. Hi, Cordif. It's good to see you. Oh, it's good to hear OJ. How are you, OJ?
Real good. Good to see you, buddy.
Oh, it's so fantastic that you have a dog now. Hopefully you don't molest your dog.
I definitely don't molest my dog.
Okay, because we have heard rumors of other people who possibly did that, but I just want to make sure I'm just keeping track of everything that's going on in the Dabbleverse and making sure everything is clean.
Sure. Yes, I am into doggy style, but not that in that way.
Oh, fantastic. Tremendous. Yes. All right, Cordif, go away. So that's Cordif. Cordif has his own little Cordif's Corner. We're going to think of something to do there. And I might have to make a physical sign, because I can't actually, for some reason, have it say Cordif's Corner on the bottom. Well, that's maybe because you don't know how to work this stuff. Shut up, Cordif. All right. So, speaking of potatoes, it is our good friend who seems to be listening to something.
Now,
Hello,
wait a minute here.
Yes.
Mr. Electric,
Hi, John. How are you?
I'm good. I thought
Hi,
that
Cardiff.
when I saw you on the BS show earlier, you had gotten past all this, and I see you come in the room, and your name is FB Dabbler. What is up with that?
Well, as I discussed on the BNS show earlier today, the truce is not set in stone yet, as I have not received the final part of the negotiation, which is my bike.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the blowjobs, but
No, got those. I mean,
I do
John,
that?
please tell BeDabbler that I received the blowjobs. Thank you. But the bike is yet to. Oh wait, hold on.
no problem. Please
Someone's
take
at
the
the
call
door.
on the air.
No,
Oh,
someone's
that's-
at the door. That's my
that's a
doorbell.
door. Oh, okay. We'll wait.
It's got to be the bike because I know
Oh,
it's
that
on
might be
there.
the. Oh, yes, that might be the bike. Wow, this is tremendous. Yes.
Oh, hello. Oh, that's a big package. That's what she said.
I hear him.
Thank you. Oh, I love it. Thank you.
I think he got it. Where did he go?
What a great bike.
He got the bike. This is tremendous.
I guess I'll have to talk to that fuckface again, won't I?
Yes, this is
Have to live up to my end of the bargain. Huh. Well, big news.
Yes.
The bike has arrived.
Yay! That is fantastic news.
Yes, so we can do business together once again.
Wonderful.
But you are on
Super secret probation?
yes, especially after what you did on Nagel show.
What did I do on Nagel show? I was just participating with the other 12 people.
If you had a good idea in the chat, you should have sent it to me first. Or
What?
at least given me credit for it.
So now anytime I think of something funny or good, I have to give it to you or at least give you credit for it?
Yes. Simple.
I don't understand.
You ever watch that show, 47 Simple Rules for Working with Cardiff?
No.
Oh, no?
No. I never went to improv class, so I say no.
Oh. Yes, and.
Yes. And? Oh, is that the one where John Ritter died?
Yes.
In the
show
middle
that
of
killed
shooting
John
it?
Ritter, yes.
Right.
So how are you, BeDabbler?
Oh, I'm wonderful now that you got your bike and your blowjobs, and now we're talking again, even though it was completely ridiculous.
My
that we
salad
weren't before.
tossed?
Yes, and I tossed your salad. No
No
syrup.
syrup. No syrup.
Just jelly.
I met High Pitch Eric and Gary the Conqueror today. It was very exciting.
Where did you meet them?
On the BNS show.
I was very excited for you, man. That was awesome. Great show today. That was great.
Thank you.
So yeah, you were on the BS show today. I didn't have time to pull clips, or I would have. We could have done our own little wrap-up show here.
Wait. So the show isn't about me?
Oh, well, no, it's not. Where'd he go? Hello? Potato? Hello? Yes? No, not you. Cardiff, are you there? Oh, there he is. I like your hat.
Thank you. Good day, mate.
That reminds me that I recently did a recorded episode of Mallertown with the Aussie guy. And I don't know when
Husey?
that... No, not Husey.
Oh.
It's he just calls himself the Aussie guy. But he
Oh,
does
Cranberry.
No, I don't think
Oh.
so. He doesn't call himself Cranberry.
Cranberry Electric? No.
No,
He's
not
not the
Cranberry
Aussie guy?
Electric. I know who
Oh.
Cranberry Electric is.
No,
No,
he's
it's
Australian.
He just calls himself that Aussie guy.
Oh.
But I don't know when it's airing. But once I do, it'll be on my Twitter and stuff. But your hat reminded me of it because he's a very nice Aussie gentleman.
So just my hat reminded you of the nice gentleman. That's nice.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's like an Australian.
No, I heard you.
Okay. All right.
So,
I'm going
John, how's it going?
It's going great. It's going really good. Before you got in here, I was just talking about my new puppy.
Oh,
Yeah,
you got a puppy.
I did.
Carter,
So-
She's not exactly a puppy. She's like probably 6 months old, but she's still young.
I guess the big question is the puppy house trained?
Pretty much. She lets me. I figured out when she wants to go out, and I think she's trying to tell me that right now. So I actually am gonna take her out real quick.
Oh, so for your puppy, Never mind. I'm not going to go there.
Cardiff, do you have any pets?
Yes,
Oh, really? What kind? Do you have a dog?
that's personal.
Do you have a cat?
Personal.
Do you have a hamster?
Personal.
Snake?
No.
Frog?
No.
Box turtle?
Personal.
Snapping turtle?
No.
I'm very curious as to what you have.
I keep a lot of my personal information to my chest. What is this background? It's making me nauseous.
Oh, that's a scramble thing. Maybe I should change it. I never thought about that.
It's like we're watching pay-per-view in the 90s.
Yes, that's
Trying to watch
exactly what it
porn.
is. That's exactly what it is.
Look, a nipple.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what it is. All right, so I'll just leave. That looks good. Sure. All right, how about that?
No, I meant you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's that
Oh,
top left.
God.
That top left square is the problem.
I'm gonna
Or
try
right,
really
depending
hard
on
to
what
be
side of the
friends.
screen you're on.
I'm gonna try really hard to be friends here, Cardiff, because I like you, and I don't know why you don't like me.
It's going to take work.
But we're gonna
On your part.
continue. It's gonna take work, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. Before I guess we do anything else, we should do everyone's favorite bit, the PFG bit of the day. All right, dabblers, March 1st, 2023. Oh, looky, Miss Cookie. The color of the day is a deep sky blue. There's the code for deep sky blue. And the number of the day is 1,778,892. March 1st, 2023. Color of the day is deep sky blue. Number of the day is 1,778,892. Hey, OJ, are you there?
So you're still doing this PFG bit of the day thing?
Well, yeah.
I am
we have-
here.
we do
Sorry,
it
yeah.
to honor one of the greatest broadcasting legends of our time, Scorch.
Sam Roberts? Yeah.
No, not Sam Roberts.
I thought
Scorch.
Sam oh.
How dare you?
So you're still going with this?
Oh, as long as Scorch did it every day, I'm
Oh.
going to do it every day that I do it.
Like
Or
when you can
broadcast.
we pull the curtain back a little bit when you walk out of the studio after doing a show?
Mhm.
Do you like pound your chest, all proud of your Scorch bit that you just did?
It's just routine. There's nothing. The color doesn't mean anything, obviously. The number doesn't mean anything, obviously.
What?
But we just like to inform the people who are
Oh.
curious about what the color and the number of the day is.
Oh.
It's not for everybody. We don't think our show is for everybody.
Now, I
Speaking
don't-
of which,
Now I don't watch this show at all,
yeah.
but I do seem to recall that the color is oddly similar to the one it was the last time I didn't watch this show.
Was it really?
Yes.
I thought the last. I would have assumed it was some kind of yellow, but I don't know. There was a really long stretch of period where the color of the day kept being yellow.
Right
Why?
after DabbleCon, it mysteriously was yellow every
Hmm.
stream. Until the last episode, yes, it was a different color, and I don't remember it. It was the first time
It was
I
an
believe
orange. It was
not
coral.
Let it go, John. Let it go.
Last time's color of the day was coral. I remember that very well.
See the controversy that this bit is causing, BeDabbler?
Oh, I know. That's what. Hey,
Yes.
people are talking about it. All right. What do I want to do first? Oh,
Your show.
so- yeah, I know.
Hurry up.
Shut up. So we've been talking about. Do you know who Nick Bravo is? Cardiff, whatever your name is. Oh, did someone call me? No, Cardiff. I said Cardiff's name wrong. So do you know who Nick Bravo is? Cardiff? I guess you're not answering me anymore. OJ, you remember Nick Bravo, who we talked about? I don't know if it was the last show, I guess, if you don't count the phone testing debacle, which was a nightmare.
Yes, I totally remember this guy.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, Nick Bravo is swearing off live streaming. What? What was that? Was that you, OJ?
That was not me. I
Oh.
think
Cardiff?
No, wasn't
Was
me.
that you?
No.
Oh, all right. Johnny Mars, 199 super chat. Did you get your bike yet, Cardiff?
I did. Then I was summarily insulted 5 minutes later.
Yes, he did get his bike. He actually got it live on the show minutes after I brought him on. It was quite the coincidence. and fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Nick Bravo is swearing off. So anyway, Cardiff, Nick Bravo is a YouTuber that we recently discovered. He's been around for quite some time. He went viral like probably about 10 years ago for a ridiculous acting reel. Then he kind of went viral for another reason, which wasn't so good. He was stealing properties from dead people, and he got convicted. He served some time. Now he lives in Nebraska. He recently got a job, which I believe someone said was a warehouse job, but I think it might be a work from home job. So here's Nick announcing that he will no longer be live streaming and crushing the dreams of millions.
Nick Kardashian?
Nick Bravo.
I really do.
Oh, you should really set these things up
making
better.
Videos. I love making live streams. I love interacting with people. I really do actually love it. But there's a problem, a really big problem.
Your shirt?
Hey, that shirt is cool.
At this point,
It looks like your background.
my life has kind of become unlivable
Oh no.
in a lot of ways. And, YouTube kind of adds to that.
So a man who does literally nothing all day. All he does is live stream and create videos. Says his life is becoming unbearable. It's becoming unlivable. But at this point, we're still not completely sure why.
He has a lot of books.
He does have a lot of books, and he brings that up because he's very smart, Cardiff.
This morning, I woke up way too early, thought I'll do a live stream, and I didn't even get to talk about the subject that I wanted to because somebody decided to come in, derail the conversation. And I was dumb enough to fall for it, and I wasted 45 minutes of my time trying to argue with someone about a definition of a well-known word, a well-known common phrase.
Now, I'm sorry, but he took down whatever stream he's talking about. So I don't know what the word is. I don't know what the common phrase is. What is it?
We're on your channel, right?
Yeah. Wait, no.
I even went so far as to share the screen. Oxford Language Dictionary, Merriam-Webster Dictionary, Wikipedia. Right? First 3 results on Google pretty much said the same thing. What was this person's response? No, you're wrong. I don't believe you. What's your point? What's your point?
I like when Nick turns into a baby ferret.
What is this guy, like 50?
Probably around there.
What did he do before YouTube? That's what I want to know.
He was an actor and a comedian and a identity thief. But what did he? I don't know. I don't know what his job was before he became internet famous. But he's always been trying to be an actor, and that's kind of how he got famous because of his ridiculous reel that we've played here a bunch of times. So, all right, clip number 3.
Rest in peace, Don. Rest in peace. It's not the Bagel Boss.
No, it's not the Bagel Boss, who did die. Someone said, right?
That's why I said rest in peace.
What? How did he die?
Eating a bagel, I'm assuming.
Oh, you bastard. All right, here's clip number 3. Nick wants to be... Nick is smarter than you idiots.
Oh, good.
Time that I've been on YouTube, people have seen my books that I read, the books that I have. It's
Cardiff
clearly that I have an intelligent mind, that I can carry on a conversation, a high-level conversation. Problem is, most of the people watching my videos are
stupid?
nowhere near my level.
Oh, yes, we agree.
Hello.
And not only are they nowhere near my level,
What?
they are some of the most ungrateful, argumentative people. They're not listening to me just because they're curious about the subjects or they think I'm entertaining. I'm talking.
Can you go back to the part
specifically
where you
about
said
people.
ungrateful? I like that part. That really hit home for me.
You also should know he's a bit of a Satanist. So a lot of his videos are just about like Satanism and battling the hierarchy and all that kind of shit.
Who they watch me only so they can go, Sims down, and make me feel like shit. That's their only purpose.
Yep. Well, but I like Nick. Nick did mention me on one of his latest shows. He said that for some reason, some guy in a wrestling mask has started talking about him. I don't want Nick to think that I am attacking him. I am not. I'm just looking to bring attention to your channel so that you can get your subscribers up. And I think you're entertaining, Nick. His super chat's fucked up. I can't send anything. I don't know. How do I fix that, Cardiff?
Go to Cardiff Electric on YouTube and just find a random video and send a super thanks there. We'll make sure it gets to him.
Bill, we did receive a super chat earlier from our buddy, Johnny Mars.
It looks like, I can send one if I want to, but I'm not sending a super chat to this crap. But thank you, Bill Loney, for wanting to send one. I don't know what's going on. Clip number. Oh, by the way, our goal today is $3,500, so that is going to be a problem, and we've only gotten $199. So we are going to have to play techno music and pass around the collection plate soon if we don't get that up.
So KB says it's working for her, but I don't believe her. I don't think it's working for her.
Yeah, it's working for her.
Yeah, I don't think it is though.
Yeah, we didn't get.
I don't think it is,
but that's okay. But yeah,
it's the actual checkout process. It's the part where you actually click buy and confirm. That's the part that's broken. So can you try and see if that works, everybody?
Nice.
On
Good
Cardiff
idea,
Electric's
Cardiff. We should try that. Oh, wait, no, on this one.
Oh,
on this channel.
No, this one's not going to
work. Bill Loney said it's probably his stupid phone. Probably. Okay, moving on with Nick Bravo, who has announced that he will no longer be doing live streams, which is going to make my show that less interesting. Here comes some super chats. $2 super chats. Beloved chatter's loved one. First time, long time, or whatever. Thank you, beloved chatter's loved one.
I'll ring the bell.
My lost interest, $199. You're right. It's broken. Thank you, my lost interest.
So I have a thought, maybe. Just an idea.
Yes.
Cardiff has the bell. Why don't you have a wrestling bell?
Ooh, I should get a wrestling bell. How much are they on eBay?
Oh, we could just get the sound effect.
Oh, that's true. I'm old school.
Half-assing it again. Hey, BeDabblin.
Oh, okay.
I want to get the actual bell, and I want to bang it right here. Like Lorenzo has that Mario thing that he hits.
We got another super chat.
Oh. TL stock $5. Test. I'm using one of Chad's cards. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, stock. Chad's stolen credit card owner.
Yeah. So, OJ, if you can keep track of how much we're getting, again, our total goal at the beginning was $3,500 for the next 2 hours. We're going to have to, you guys are really going to have to boost it up and really, get something going, or we're going to have to play some techno music and claim to be passing around the collection plate. All right. Clip number 4. Nick is still seething. He needs to get out of Nebraska. That seems to be a common thing with a lot of people who are struggling in life. They just feel like if they were in a different environment, everything would be that much better.
It's toxic behavior. It's unhealthy. It's unhealthy for me to spend 45 fucking minutes of my day arguing with someone who clearly is not arguing out of good faith. Right? It's not like it's some, low IQ person struggling really hard to understand a concept. No, it's some smart mouth,
Relax, Nick. Breathe, buddy.
I'm done. I'm done with it.
You can't.
I'm sorry.
That's how the trolls win.
As much as I love doing live streams, as much as I love doing that kind of thing, right now my life has become unbearable. Because I've been in this place for 5 years and not much has changed. And it's not going to change unless I change my behavior.
All right.
And that means doing what I can to get the fuck out of small town Nebraska.
Well, I will say at least Nick does know that it's up to him and not anyone else to change his life.
How will he restart his acting career if he leaves Nebraska?
Well, that's funny because he has mentioned some places that he's thinking of moving where, you know, the acting scene is booming. Places like Tulsa.
Oh, yes.
Denver.
Whoa.
He does.
That's in Colorado.
Yes, it is in Colorado.
And Tulsa's in Oklahoma.
Yes, Tulsa is in Oklahoma.
Just so a fun fact.
Hot spots for the entertainment and acting industry. So, but if I had to put money on it, I would say he's going to be my neighbor in Denver soon, which would be great because we can form our budding relationship.
You just dox yourself?
No, everyone knows I live in Colorado.
I didn't know.
Or Montana, Idaho area.
I knew Cordiff lived that way.
Oh, yes.
Wait, you live in Colorado?
What? No.
You didn't tell me that. You told me somewhere else.
Burgaho. All right, number 5. The trolls are really getting to Nick.
Because one thing is for sure, as much as there are people who watch me who actually want to see me succeed, Sabella, Nerdy, others, as much as so many want me to succeed and want me to get better, there are still too many who sit there and think
people
it's
like OJ.
funny to get me worked up because I'm trying to have a genuine conversation, and the only reason they're there is because they're bored and they don't want to play a video game or, you know, watch porn. So they just want to come to my fucking live stream and go, "You're wrong about everything because it's you." Yeah.
Get a hold of yourself, Dick. Oh, $2 super chat. Thank you, Fisker Whisker. He can be an extra on Tulsa King. KKK guy number 5. And thank you for the $2 super chat, beloved chatter's loved one. Kabul has a better acting scene than Omaha. Kabul.
Now,
how do you say that?
Kabul, Afghanistan. Yes. Now, I think I should warn everybody.
Warning
in the chat right now. Tonight at 7:30 Eastern Time, I will be premiering my latest video. The Machine, Bert Kreischer. I hate him, and I think he stinks, and I don't like him. Yes, that's the title. And if you only have a limited amount of money for super chats today, if your super chat budget is limited today, please save your super chats for 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. Don't blow it all here. If you have extra super chat money laying around, feel free to give some to BeDabbler.
Now, Cardiff, are you are you going to be having a goal set tonight?
Yes, $42,000.
42,000.
Yes.
We only have 3,500.
Yes.
And I think we're at about 30. We still need to make about 3,480 something.
Yes, but Bill Loney makes a great point that he's already seen it on Patreon. So if you are a member at patreon.com/Cardiff Electric, you would have already seen it. But please feel free to super chat.
Yes. I'm a member. I didn't see that. Wait, so we can watch?
No, I blocked you. Sorry. You have to reapply.
Oh. Wait, you can do that?
There's a process.
I'll give you $5 a month, Potato.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, everyone watch Cardiff's special. Did you watch Bert Kreischer's movie trailer, or will you be doing that on your show?
Yes, it's already given me a copyright strike.
Has it really?
It's a pre-recorded episode. It's not live. I'm doing another show live tonight around that time. So.
Okay. I got
it. Bill Loney was asking if you're going to be playing any voicemails.
Yeah, we'll play voicemails. Clip number 6. Nick is tired of stupid. Number 7. Still mad about a definition. Nick doesn't even think he's fighting real people. Just trying to think if we should continue with Nick.
Yes, that's correct, Fisker Whisker.
Kurt getting super chat FOMO.
Mm-hmm. I've
Nick
got
is
bills
done
to
in case-
pay, bills to pay. Mm-hmm. These hats don't pay for themselves.
Right. All right. So clip number 9, Nick talks about how time is our greatest asset.
Time is your most valuable asset. And as irritated as I am about that dumbass who wanted to argue about the definition
What? Of what? I need
of
to
a
know.
phrase,
What phrase? Monkey see,
And-
monkey do?
literally did not want to accept evidence
Liar, liar, pants on fire?
from 3 very credible sources. I mean, I don't know how credible Wikipedia is, but
Very proud of his sources.
Merriam-Webster Dictionary, Oxford English Dictionary.
Hello.
What? Huh?
Hmm.
No. I'm
Those
done.
are all
It's
liberal
done.
dictionaries.
I'm done.
It's true.
Yes.
I might have to pull that clip as a visual clip. I liked him reacting there. Oh, Jules David. Thank you very much, Jules David, for the $2 super chat.
No. I'm done. It's done. I'm done.
Oh. All right.
Is he done?
He's done, but he's not done because this is basically he spent about 18 minutes telling us what he already pretty much has in the first 3 clips, but he just keeps going. And that is actually a good segue into clip number 10.
Hey, we got a super chat.
We got a super chat. Oh, thank you, Jules David. $2. Wawa blows. What do you mean Wawa blows? Wawa rules.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean, Cardiff? Have you ever been to a Wawa, Cardiff?
Yes. I've had the
Have you really?
sandwiches. Mm-hmm.
Where? What state were you in?
Pennsylvania.
Yes. Okay. I was testing you. Yes, because Wawas are basically only in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and Florida.
Yes. Funny story. I have you want a Wawa fun fact?
I love Wawa fun facts. Yes.
Good. I was once on a luxury cruise liner.
What?
Yes. The Carnival Corporation had me on as a guest. I was performing in their showroom for the cruise,
What?
obviously. Yes. What? I'm a cruise ship comic. You didn't know that?
No.
Oh,
This
yes,
is fascinating.
Yeah, it's cruise ship comic. Yes. Book your tickets now. Anyway, I was on a cruise once, and there was a giant picture your typical Wawa employee from Philadelphia.
Okay.
Giant fat guy, long curly hair, dirty scruffy beard. Essentially Stuttering John. Right?
Sure.
So he's sitting in the front row at the comedy show, and one of the comedians asked him, what do you do? And he said, I work at Wawa. And it was just, when a joke is just right there for you, it's too obvious to make.
Sure.
Anyway, for the entire rest of the cruise, every time I saw this guy on the ship, everyone was yelling Wawa at him. It was fun.
Interesting. So
Yes.
he was Wawa.
He was Wawa for the entire.
That's a pretty cool nickname, though. I like that nickname.
He jumped off the ship on the 4th day. But
Oh, it's horrible. Are you
Yes,
sure he
he-
wasn't pushed off by a significant other?
yes, maybe someone from Exxon.
A rock coat? Was
Yes.
there a guy on the boat selling rock coats?
That's the greatest. That's probably the greatest bit ever.
It is.
The rock.
It
coat.
is. We have been robbed of so much comedy for so many years because Patrice O'Neill is dead.
Mhm.
But yes, rock coat is one of the best bits ever.
You know-
Bill.
You know what's funny?
Yeah. No, obviously
after-
not.
Yeah, obviously. As I was, chatting with my friend Anthony Cumia over DabbleCon, so many people came up to us and said, Cardiff, you're probably the next Patrice.
What?
You and Anthony Cumia should do a show together.
I didn't hear that.
Lots of people were saying it. I said it.
Road Glide Vic, $5 super chat. Thank you, Road Glide Vic. Anything but techno. Well, you know how the collection plate works, or the offer plate. I don't know. I don't remember. But yes, we are getting that much closer to our $3,500 goal. We only have about an hour and 20 minutes left because I'm not going to go over 2 hours. So yes, and then if we reach our goal, we will do 23 hours of overtime. So
Wow, congratulations.
get your
I won't
wallets
be
out.
here.
Open your hearts and open your wallets, as we say. Okay, so Nick Bravo. Nick wants to be hero of the stupid. Let me find that. Clip 11. I name this Nick wants to be hero of the stupid. Only 3 more clips after this.
I'm not. I'd rather be surrounded by low IQ people who are kind and curious
I think you're the best,
than
Nick.
high IQ people who think they fucking know everything.
Oh, like certain potatoes?
Hey, what? Cordiff?
Yes.
But some of these people coming up into my
hello,
chat
guys. It's great to be here.
are clearly idiots
What?
who are too stupid to even realize that they don't know everything.
Interesting. Oh, I know what I wanted to bring up before. Bill Loney was saying that I guess Wawas are also in Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. I did not know that.
Delaware is not a real state.
It is not. Delaware is not a real state. Jules David, $2 super chat. Thank you very much, Jules David. Any Tom Segura fans here? Are you a fan of Tom Segura, Cardiff?
I am. I guess I'm Tom Segura agnostic. I don't pay attention to him, so I don't really know. I just know I hate Bert Kreischer.
Same here. How about you, OJ? Are you a Tom Segura fan?
Same for me. I don't know much of anything about Tom Segura, to be honest.
Me too. I mean, honestly, I'll listen to Tom Segura if he's on Rogan at times, but I don't even listen to Rogan like regularly. Like Rogan has to have a pretty specific guest for me to listen to Rogan. Unless
Chris Stefano was on recently. I got to check that one out.
I can't believe how much Chris Stefano is blowing up, like from his days on O&A. But yeah, like my 17-year-old brother knows who Chris Stefano is. It's crazy.
Do you want a Chris Stefano fun fact?
I love Chris Stefano fun facts. People don't know that about me, but yes.
I saw him do stand-up once.
Oh, really? Where?
At the Fat Black Pussycat.
Oh, interesting.
It was actually, and here's the fun fact, which I was going to get to. It was Colin Quinn's first night back on stage after his heart attack.
Wow. Yeah. When did Colin have a heart attack? I've heard that he had one, but I had no idea.
It was probably 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
Okay. I thought it was more.
It was well before COVID. But
it was before. Okay, because that's what I was going to say.
He may have had another one. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought it was during COVID because I don't remember really hearing much about that. But then I don't really remember hearing that Anthony Cumia had a heart attack at some point.
No.
Or did he have a heart scare?
He had a stint put in.
He had a stint. Okay.
Yes.
So he had it. Colin Quinn had a heart attack February 14th, 2018.
Okay. Before COVID, yeah. Jules David, thank you very much. $2 super chat. 2 Bears, 1 Cave is a great podcast. Yeah, I've heard that. I just have not listened. And doesn't he also do a podcast with his wife?
Yes.
He does, right?
I think so. I think that was featured on WATP. But again, I don't pay attention.
Is she a comic? Or is she just like, hey, my wife's here and I think she's funny, so does anyone know? I don't know. That's
Siri.
How little. So I guess I would say no. There are no.
Who's Tom Segura's wife? Christina Pazitsky.
Does it say she's a comedian? I'm assuming she's a comedian.
Who is an American comedian, writer, host, and TV personality.
Oh, okay. Well, good for them. Another super chat. Beloved chatters, love one. $1.99. John earns re-election as hero of the stupid daily. Do we have any John news? Any updates? Is the did you hear from your guy about that? Because we've heard rumors that
I saw it on your show, and that is generally a good source of information that John would be back this week.
oh, Shuli's Anonymous. You mean?
Yes,
You think they're a good source of information?
the best.
Okay. No, I was talking about your real estate guy. Did he
Oh,
called
Gary. No, Gary has not called in. Let me check. Hold on.
Gary from San Diego, right? I always forget his name.
How about the photos of John's apartment that we all saw on Uncle Rico, and the cat turds and the stains and the mold?
Allegedly. How do they know those are cat turds? They could have just been stains in the carpet.
Well, you know what? I think some of them. I think probably most of them was like lint. It
I'm
looked
sick
like
of everyone attacking my friend John.
The last call from Gary from San Diego was 6 days ago, so no news.
No new news. Okay.
No new news.
But that is the
New
latest
news.
rumor
New
is
news.
that his
New news.
condo is under contract or something,
Yes,
right?
it's an escrow.
Escrow. Yes, those little snails that eat out of the shells. Delicious.
No, that's
All right.
escargot.
Oh,
Want
sorry.
a fun fact?
Oh, I love fun facts about snails.
I ate them once.
Have you really?
Delicious. Mm-hmm.
Sounds disgusting. And dirty.
Delicious. Garlic butter
gritty?
sauce.
Garlic butter saw?
You could put garlic butter sauce. You could put garlic butter sauce on a shoe, and it would probably be delicious. So,
I agree.
yes.
I agree. All right, 2 more Nick clips and then we're done with Nick. I don't know if we're ever going to see Nick again. So Nick, actually, I shouldn't say that. I don't know if we're ever going to see Nick live again and be able to interact with him. He has said that yes, he will keep doing recorded videos, so he won't rob us of his talents.
The only thing that's going to be able to change anything is if I fucking change it. Because the only way I can change this shit is if I get the fuck out of this hell. Because this is hell. This
Nebraska?
really is hell. And I'm fucking done with
You
it.
might be able to get something going with the WWE, like Bizarro Goldberg.
Yeah, or Stone Cold Steve Autism.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
More live streams for the time being. I don't know when I'll start again, honestly. And I'm not quitting YouTube. I'm not going to quit making videos, but I'm going to be a lot more fucking judicious with my fucking time.
$2
Big news
super
coming
chat.
soon. Mm-hmm.
Are Shuli's Anonymous big stuttering John news coming soon?
He's always watching. He or she is always watching.
he wrote big small though, so that makes me suspicious.
Oh, that's a code. Don't worry.
Interesting.
Think about
I'm
it,
done.
obnoxious John. Think about it.
Shinkle about it.
I got so into the argument that I literally wasted 45 fucking minutes
I need to know what this phrase was.
trying to talk to somebody, trying to reason
I
with
said it. You want
somebody
me to
who,
say it
number
again?
one,
No,
Clearly-
please.
really didn't want to be reasoned with. Clearly was simply not arguing in good faith. Simply was disagreeing for the sake of disagreeing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the internet.
And really, at the end of the day, it's meaningless. At the end of the day, it's not going to change anything. And I'd like to motivate people. I'd like to get people, excited about making the world a better place.
Yep.
The people I'm talking to on my channel, either number one, don't have the ability to change it for the better for a various number of reasons, or number two, they're the kinds of people who want to watch the fucking world burn because they think it's quote unquote funny.
Funny.
Oh, but then of course, something bad happens to them. It's just, it's disgusting.
All right.
Did he say it's disgusting?
He said disgusting.
Oh, sound like disgusting.
No, I think I cut him off there before he was about to say something else. So Nick, okay. So in case you haven't totally understood what we're talking about here, Nick is just gonna clear everything up and let you know that he is done. $2 super chat. R. Shuli's Anonymous. Royal Farms is the best over Wawa or Sheetz. I gotta say, I don't know what Royal Farms is. Has anyone
Neither.
Anyone ever been to a Royal Farms?
No.
Because it is in Pennsylvania anyway, because as far as I know, Sheetz is only in Pennsylvania. Now, I'm sure someone will correct me and tell me that it's in 3 other states. But yes, the argument in Pennsylvania is, are you a Sheetz guy or person or a Wawa person? I've never heard of
Sheetz,
Royal Farms.
the gas station where you can buy food?
Yeah, they both are.
Yeah, we
Wawa
have that
is-
in Ohio.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know if they were in Ohio.
I've never
but that
eaten
makes
food
sense.
there because I just can't. I
Their
can't buy
sandwiches are
food from
good.
a gas station.
No. You can't think of it like that. Like it's really good. Like good sandwiches. Like, I mean, it's not like a New York deli style sandwich, but for what it is, it's awesome. And quite honestly, like over like in Europe and stuff, like their gas station stuff and stuff, they have like really awesome food. Like it's so like it's weird to say like, oh, go eat at the gas station, but I was in Romania and yeah, like the best place to eat was literally at the gas station.
It was
very
like
odd.
that in Northern California with the Mexican food. There was Mexican, like no matter what store you almost went to, like little convenience stores, even they had like little kitchens in the back, and it was the best food. But the
Yeah.
Sheetz, we've had Sheetz probably since about 2005 ish.
Okay, that's probably why. Because I used to go on the road with bands, and I probably stopped around before 2005, so I don't remember there being any in Ohio. But then Bill Loney actually brought up an awesome place, which was my local place, Quick Check. Delaware has Quick Check, but also Jersey has Quick Check. They also make great subs. We need to get Eric Nagel in here. $2 super chat. Thank you very much, Shuli's Anonymous. Royal Farms voted #1 gas station fried chicken. We have gas station fried chicken here. It's called Mr. Crispy. I've never had it, but it looks pretty good for fried chicken in a gas station. But yeah, don't be a gas station food snob.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Next
telling you.
time I eat some fast food, I'll get some Sheetz. I'll try. Any suggestions what to get?
I haven't been to Sheetz for a while, but they used to have pretzel buns, which were very good. And like any kind of hot sandwich is pretty good. Or, your typical Italian hoagie or sub or grinder or wherever the fuck.
See, now that is one thing. I kind of am an Italian snob when it comes to like Italian food. I don't know if I could do that, but maybe I'll try the pretzel out.
But Italian sub is good.
I'm with Obnoxious John. Nothing beats a good old-fashioned plate of Olive Garden.
Ew.
That's blasphemous.
Ew. Shane M, 1980, $2 super check. Thank you, Bucky's, for the win. I always think FTW means fuck the world.
I thought it meant fuck the Whiteys.
Or fuck the Whiteys, yeah. I think you can say that on YouTube. That's okay. Bucky's. So I went to my first Bucky's this. That's funny. I was going to wear my Bucky shirt. It's actually
How many
Buc-ee's.
gas station shirts do you own?
Dude, I love gas station like shirts. I have.
So
I
you
have
went to
2
Romania to eat at gas stations. You have
Yes.
You have your wardrobe consists of wrestling masks and gas station shirts.
Yes.
All right.
I have 2. I have 3 Wawa shirts. I have a green one, a blue one, and a purple one.
Were you raped in a truck stop and you're trying to
No.
Are you? Do you have a gas station fetish? Do you like love the smell of gasoline?
Yes, I do, and it's not really as prominent anymore in the world we live in. You don't smell gasoline as much as you used to growing
That's
up.
true.
Okay, hold on. Someone in the chat said something. I think it was Gina said something about Montreal smoked meat. Now, I've been to Montreal. I've had Montreal smoked meat. It was
Smoked meat
But-
like my penis, don't ask.
But
Good for you, Gina.
the
You find it,
bagels,
OJ. The bagels?
best bagels in the world are in Montreal.
You mean Montreal? The best Montreal style bagels?
No. Flat out.
The best bagels, but aren't they like really thin? They have a
Mhm.
big hole, and they're way thinner
Mm-hmm.
than like a New York style bagel.
New York
I'm a-
bagels suck a dick.
Oh wow.
Yep.
You are crazy. I
Thank
have
you.
been to Montreal, and I have had Montreal bagels, and they're very good. They're just not my style of bagel, but
I would
know-
travel there just for a bagel.
Interesting.
And the strip clubs.
I understand that
Mm-hmm.
because once I moved to Colorado, there was really no bagel options out here, and I miss bagels every day. And I never thought I would growing up in New Jersey, where there's literally 2 bagel places on like every block. But yeah, so don't take the things you have for granted.
I had a really good bagel thanks to El Horrible in Rochester. Not sure where you got that from, but it was delicious.
Yes, I think that was Bagel Land. I went to 2 different bagel places in Rochester because I am a bit of a bagel connoisseur. And I tried 2 different bagel places, Bagel Land and something else. I don't know, but they were both great. They both had very good New York bagels, Montreal bagels in the mouth. Yeah, I agree. Lost interest. Best strippers are from Montreal. I will agree with that. They have weird things in Montreal. So I went up to Montreal with a men's league hockey team, and I was 17 or 16, I think. How old do you have to be? Or maybe I was 18, because you have to be 18 to get into the strip clubs, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, like using coins and stuff, that was kind of weird because, you know, they got the loonies and toonies and all that stuff. But then we went into a place, I remember, was it St. Catherine Street or something? Is that the road where all the strip clubs are on?
Sure.
I don't know.
I'm not Google.
Oh, I assumed you had been there, Cardiff.
Yeah, I had bagels once.
We thought this one place was a strip club. And when we went up, it was just a room with all these strippers hanging out on couches and all these doors behind them. And we were just kind of like, oh, sorry, we thought this was a strip club. We're going to kind of leave. And the guy there was like, my friends, this is much better than a strip club. And yeah, you got to take a girl in a room and she would do stuff to herself and you would ask her to do stuff to you. But I guess El Horrible was just too ugly. But yeah,
yes,
that's
why
what
you
I
wear
remember.
the mask.
Yes. No, I actually wear the face or the mask on my face because I have such a beautiful face that just by people seeing my face would cause mass hysteria and just mass calamity around the world because people would be so distracted by my beauty, they would fuck up what they were doing and not pay attention.
But just to recap,
yes.
You're 16 years old, but back when you were 18,
oh wait,
you went to Montreal.
No,
okay.
Yeah. No, this must have
Gotcha.
been when I was 14 then. Yeah. I've always been a star hockey player. I'm a goaltender, Carter. $2 super chat. What's that? $2 super chat. Shuli's Anonymous. Montreal don't know how to make bagels.
Shuli's Anonymous. I thought we were friends.
You said he was a good source.
I guess there is no John Hughes coming this week. He's lost all credibility with me.
Yeah, I would say there's not going to be any John News either. Okay. Oh fuck me.
No, thank you.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wait.
No.
Oh no, there they are. Okay. Here's some Bill Loney wanted to hear some voicemail, so let's play some voicemail. Here's a voicemail. Oh wait, I think I have yeah. Hold on. Here's a voicemail for BeDabblin. Whoops, it looks like your video file doesn't have a video track. Okay.
Nice.
So I won't be doing that. Hold on 1 second. I got it. Calm down, you sons of bitches.
See, if you had the technical difficulties video up, I would have probably popped that up.
It is. Oh, it's in there. It's under brand. You have to go to brand. Okay, I got it now. But yeah, you can it's under brand.
I see it there.
You see video clips? So I just put a bunch of video
Hello everyone. This is your favorite world famous host.
I didn't mean to hit that one. But yeah, so all the video clips are there. Okay. So let's play some voicemails because people asked about them.
Bill Loney, not people.
Oh, Bill Loney did.
Well, and I'm sure the people that called in would like to hear themselves.
You might be showing too much again, but just saying.
Yeah, we see your folders.
You don't hear anything?
No.
Something very faint. It's probably coming through your headphones.
Yeah, probably. Wonderful.
Because you stink.
So by the time we get this figured out, which we will, we're gonna have like probably an hour's worth of recorded messages.
I stink. I stink at everything. Okay, we will not be doing voicemails today for the 4th time. I'm sorry. Debbie Dabbler. I'm gonna play yours first though, because you keep asking me if I'm gonna play. Well, you asked me once, just like Bill Loney. Yes, Bill, I will be playing yours. And to the guy who keeps just saying the N-word 16 to 20 times in my voicemails, I appreciate your originality and your creativity, but we will not be playing that on the show. But thank you anyway for your submission twice.
I'll do it live then if you want.
Thank you, Carter. All right. So, Cardiff, you've never heard of the 1987 Max Headroom hijacking, right?
No, you mentioned that, and no, I know Max Headroom.
You know Max Headroom, though,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
And OJ, you said you have heard of this.
He went to my high school.
Yes, I'm very well aware of this, and I'm actually kind of shocked because Cardiff is so knowledgeable about so many things. I'm shocked that he has not heard of this.
Agreed. I would have thought that this would be something right up your alley, Cardiff. But yeah, we'll get into that. Let me first play a clip of Max. So Max Headroom was a what was he? He was like a cyber character that was created in the UK. It was one of those things, like many things, where it's like it started in the UK and then it came over to the US. But he was kind of like an media, like anti-establishment kind of character. But at the same time, he was just totally made up by the establishment and went on to do things like hawk products like Coke.
Pepsi. Or was Coke or Pepsi?
It was Coke.
He was Coke, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and then I think he was in a few movies. I think he even had his own movie.
He had a TV show.
I know he had a short-lived TV show, which was, I think, only 10 episodes, but...
Was that the on MTV, or am I thinking of something else? Because I know he was on MTV also for some stuff, anyway.
I think his show was a network show.
Yeah, okay. I think so, too. And I remember he, presented awards on, MTV Video Awards or
Maybe
something
that's
like
what it was. Yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
And this was all, in the mid-'80s to late 80s. I think he finally kind of went away in the early 90s. But here's a quick clip, in case
featured prominently in Back to the Future 2.
Yes, he was in Back to the Future 2.
Prominently.
Max Headroom. And what you're about to witness is one of the most sinister-sounding intros to a trailer to one of the greatest epics ever produced in the history of television. There's more, because you are going to see it as well. Yes, it. Yes, it. Yes, namely, the Max Headroom story.
So that's Max Headroom. He's kind of interesting kind of character. It was definitely an original thing. So then that brings me to the 1987 Max Headroom hijacking. Now, what is that? You're asking yourselves.
El Horrible. What is that?
See, I knew Cardiff was asking himself that. Well, I believe it was November 22nd, 1987, a Chicago television station called WGN during their afternoon, I believe.
Home of the White Sox.
Home of the White Sox and the Cubs.
Nope, just the White Sox.
Okay, just the White Sox.
Cubs can go fuck themselves.
And I believe this was during the afternoon sports broadcast. You'll see that in the middle of them talking about the Chicago Bears win, something happened.
Got a good break on it. Fortunate enough, we scored.
Then they scored again at the Lions 31. Wayne Larrivee called it like this on WGN Radio.
2-yard line, and McMahon back to
and this is exactly how people saw it live in Chicago.
15 to the 10 to the 5, touchdown!
McMahon and McKinnon, 14-0 Bears. Then the defense, which hadn't put up a sack in 12 quarters, finally did.
What happened?
This isn't me. This is what happened.
You stink.
So all of a sudden, this popped up on the screen. The audio was just like you hear it. It was just buzzing. and static, but there's just some guy on the TV with a Max Headroom mask and a rotating piece of metal behind him. And it only happened for that short period of time.
Well, if you're wondering what's happened.
No.
So am I. Actually, the computer that we have running our news from time to time took off and went wild. So what we're going to do is start over from the top with the Bears and tell you once again about the 30-10 victory.
So that happened during their broadcast. WGN was actually able to cut the feed on this particular incident. Now, later that night, on a different television station, I think it was WTTW. I wrote it down somewhere.
WNBC.
WATP. I think it was WTTW at about sometime after 11 o'clock that night during a broadcast of Doctor Who.
That's right.
There was another incident, and this was the incident. It almost seemed like the first incident earlier in the day was a test run. But yeah, this character dressed as Max Headroom made an appearance on Chicago TV.
You should talk often with the old ones of your tribe. That is the only way to learn.
I'll get you a hot drink, miss.
I could do some dry clothing.
Because he's a freaking nerd. I think I'm better than Chuck Swirsky. Freaking the fool. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. That's the way. Your love is fading. I still see the X. Oh, my files. Oh, I just made a giant masterpiece for all the greatest world newspaper nerds. Oh, my brother is wearing the other one. But it's dirty. What's gonna put my time? Oh, we're gonna go. They're coming to get me.
As far as I can tell, a massive electric shock. He died instantly.
The generator? Are you
And
always
we went
so
right
careful?
back to Eric Nagel's favorite show, Doctor Who. But, I've known about this incident for quite some time. I've watched videos about it and everything, but I kind of forgot about it, and it popped up on my feed, and it really is it's never been solved. Whoever did that has never been caught. It's like one of the greatest broadcasting mysteries to this day, because no one still has come forward and claimed responsibility for that. But yeah, I mean,
I have to agree with subreddit surfing. Yeah, you go through all that trouble to hijack a station, but don't say anything.
You don't do
interesting,
anything.
Or I
Right.
guess it's performance art, but
exactly, and that's what it's just. There's something just so bizarre about the fact that, like, yeah, they had this power to do this back in the day, but they didn't really do anything of substance. Some have claimed that maybe it is a former employee of WGN, which was the first station that got hijacked, but there was no audio, because all the references he was making was to WGN. He talks about a guy called Chuck Swirsky or something. At least he didn't behead someone. It had that vibe. Right, yeah. It was, to me, it's literally like if the Joker was a real person and they took over the airwaves in Chicago. You know, that's like what the Joker would do.
yeah, this has been the premise of so many movies where they They hijack the signal and broadcast
Right.
their message to the world. Yeah.
Right. So you have to think this event is probably, has probably influenced a lot of that kind of stuff. But yeah, I've always been interested in this topic, and I thought I would bring it to the show just to introduce people to it. And like I said, this is something that I totally thought you would have been right up your alley, Cardiff. Because yeah, I mean, it's just like
it wasn't me.
I believe you.
Okay.
I don't think it was you.
But if you want to start that rumor, please.
Oh, sure. We can start that rumor.
I actually think it looked to me, the person in the jacket looked like a woman, like just the way the jacket hung on them.
So interesting. Okay. So you're thinking that the person in the mask was a woman?
I think so.
Very interesting, because obviously everyone thinks that the woman or someone at the end is dressed up as a woman in some kind of dress. My lost interest. What did you say? Pretty sure it was Cardiff. I'd recognize that butt anywhere. Yes, that was a cute butt. But it definitely was some kind of woman smacking the person on the butt. I know you're the first person that I've ever seen to actually kind of come up with the theory that the person in the mask is a woman.
Well, bring it back up. Bring up the just the face and when they kind of got a longer shot of the body, because just the way the suit was hanging on, the jacket was hanging.
You should hook up with the old ones of your.
Because he's a freaking nerd.
So the voice is obviously being disguised by some kind of guitar amp technology.
Yes.
I would have to agree. Looking at this picture now, like the small shoulders, doesn't have broad shoulders. That could be a female.
Mm-hmm.
That is very interesting. So yeah, let's
I've cracked the case.
You might have, Cardiff, because I mean that's very interesting, because all the research I've done, no one has come up with a theory that is a woman. Everyone seems to think it's two guys and a woman.
Now go back to the butt. Maybe the butt will give us more clues. But it's not necessarily the same butt. Looks like there's a cut.
Well, there is a cut. That's the other thing. Would
this have been a tape?
Yes,
I'm assuming it was a tape.
It was a tape. Yeah. Because there is an actual cut in the video, and I'll just play it from there.
Coming to get me.
But yeah, the woman or the other person who says "bend over, bitch." I mean, you can you can't really tell if it's a woman or a man speaking at any time, but it the second voice kind of sounds a little more feminine.
Can't tell if that's a man's butt or a woman's butt.
The one spanking almost looks like they have breasts also.
Yeah, and they're definitely wearing some kind of dress. People have said like a French maid dress, but I think it looks more of like a beer, like one of those like a St. Pauli girl kind of dress. But it is a very nice, well-groomed butt. Like my butt's very hairy.
Mm-hmm.
So this is interesting. But yeah, this is a wild thing to think about, people watching, Doctor Who, and then this shit just popping up. Because honestly, this reminded me of, and I think I've told this story before, but growing up, I had a neighbor who was big into CB radios. He had a giant antenna, a giant tower in his backyard. And at times, his broadcasting would go and bleed into our network, rabbit ears antenna. So I remember me, Elva Harible and his sister at the time were watching the California Raisins Christmas special. And, they'd be singing their song, and then all of a sudden be like, and like it was just this marbled, jumble up, noise of, you could kind of make out it was someone talking, but you couldn't understand what they were saying. So when I first saw this, that reminded me a lot about that kind of experience as a kid, where CB radio frequencies would leak into television frequencies. I don't know if you guys ever had that experience.
No.
Yeah, I actually have. Coming onto, I remember the cordless phones. I would pick up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'd pick up stuff sometimes. Definitely.
Yeah. Baby monitors. Sometimes you pick up.
Yeah, all that kind of shit. But yeah, I don't know. But for someone to, and there's never been like a hacking like this, really since then. Now everything now is all digital. It'll be incredibly hard to hack a radio station. But I mean, we only have banned in analog, what, in 2010 or something like that?
Yeah, it was around that time.
I still have to go pick up my box.
Oh, you do? Do you still have a Rabbit Ears TV?
Yes, I gotta get around to that.
Sure. So now there were theories as to who these people could have been that came up a lot later. Now, again, this happened in 1987, and literally years have gone by, and no one even had a suspect. Obviously, most people assumed it was some kind of disgruntled employee, possibly from WGN. Again, WGN was the first station that got attacked. However, they were able to block the signal and get back to their news broadcast. The funny thing about the WTTW was they couldn't get the signal back. So when it goes back to Doctor Who, that was actually the hackers giving the signal back. WTTW was never able to gain control again of their signal. So in theory, they could have kept going for, until they, I guess, literally shut the power to the antenna. But yeah, I always thought that was kind of interesting too. But yes,
they didn't have enough material.
They didn't. I guess they didn't have. They definitely didn't have enough material because, like you said, it's definitely not live. It was definitely a taped thing with that edit. But yeah, man, like I dream of being able to do something like this. And then everything with the mask. I mean, everything about this is El Horrible. Like El Horrible as a kid would have loved to have been a part of this. Like it just
reminds me of Stuttering John a little bit. Like John might have a good plan, but his execution is never usually good. Kind of like the Trump call, it was a great idea, get through, make the call, but the execution was awful.
See, but I don't know. I think the execution of this was actually pretty awesome. Like, yes, they didn't there's no profound thing here. There's nothing they didn't even, because I'll play a thing right now where there was a theory that it was this guy from Indiana who was trying to promote his band, but then it was he didn't have anything, so he just did this. I don't know, but yeah. So let me play that clip.
First theory about a Max Headroom suspect claims that it was a musician named Eric Fournier behind the hack. The primary piece of evidence that people use to tie these...
He kind of looked like Eric Bischoff. I've never heard of Eric Fournier, but we're going to do a little bit into him because he's pretty fucking fascinating too. All these guys are very fascinating. But the guy here with the crazy mustache and green hat, his channel is Wang, WHANG with an exclamation point. So if you want to go follow him, he already has 3 million. I guess 40.
He's got a wrestling mask fetish as well.
Yes. Oh yeah, I know. I think that's Vader. I think that's a big Van Vader mask up there. Which again, everything comes full circle.
Two together are the aesthetic similarities between the Max Headroom video and a video series created by Eric. The series stars a character called Shay St. John, and he had a few standalone movies for it, as well as some videos that were kind of popular in the early days of YouTube. Unfortunately, his original channel was deleted by YouTube, a big surprise there, but the videos that do remain do reveal a kind of similarity.
Susie, yes, forget if she does Ron John sell me the drip drop diet that I'm doing down in Hollywood. 2 drops for £2. Yeah, I'm doing the drip drop diet. 2 drops, £2.
According to Vice Motherboard, the Eric Fournier theory is as follows. The legend is that Eric, who lived in nearby Bloomington, Indiana at the time and played in a punk band called the Blood Farmers, simply wanted exposure for his band's music videos. At the last minute, he decided to ditch the idea of broadcasting one of their videos out of fear that they would be identified and reverted instead to his own spontaneous performance.
So, the second I saw that Miss Shay St. John, I had to start investigating this guy a little bit. Where was it? You saw that doll, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was, I guess he created this character called Miss Shay St. John, which is supposed to be a supermodel who was hit by a train. And she was so disfigured that she used parts of mannequins to rebuild her body.
Fascinating.
Very fascinating. So this is a there's a channel called Miss Shay St. John. They have 40,000 subscribers and literally 7 videos. So I took the video that had the most views, which was 1.9 million. And this is called Miss Shay St. John hand thing.
Shay, are you still doing that hand thing? I heard you're doing the hand thing today. God, what is that? Shay, what is it?
Ryan knows.
Hood. You've been doing this for 24/7. So you've been doing the hand thing all day? Heard you were. Jordan told me you had been doing it on a sleeping bag earlier.
Why are we trying so hard?
Yeah!
1.9 million views.
Shay, I can't stop doing the thing. What is it? God, I heard you're doing the hand thing.
Like, would this be around the same time as fish heads?
Shay.
No.
My hands are hurting, Shay.
Thank you for the $2, Jake Hudson. How are you doing today? Very nice meeting you today. Thank you.
God, what is it?
It's my show.
God, Shay, have you been doing this 24 hours in a row? Shay, I can't stop doing the thing. What is it?
It is compelling.
There's something here.
Yes, there is.
Shay, are you still doing that hand thing?
So whatever that was, you can see there are some kind of similarities to what that Max Headroom character. I mean, you could possibly put together that they could possibly come from the same mind. I
don't
guess.
know. I think if that guy was going to do this, he would probably do something. I mean, he's got these characters with elaborate backstories. I'm sure he would have come up with something original than just Max Headroom.
I also think that because this stuff was, I think, fish heads, roly-poly fish heads, eat them up,
fish heads, eat them up, yum.
No, so that was, I believe, like early 2000s, which I think this guy would have.
Was that really early 2000s, fish heads?
No, that video or the hand thing.
That was the 2000s?
Yeah.
I thought that was a VHS job.
Oh, I mean, he might have recorded it on a VHS, but I know his YouTube channel started in like the early 2000s. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know.
No, it looked like stuff that he had maybe done in the 80s that he just uploaded to. You know, YouTube didn't exist in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, yes.
Fun fact.
I know. Well, yes, you're right.
Fun fact.
Okay. So he started making. He made a film called Strange Dolly, which had the character of Shay St. John. So it started in 1999. So we got to get that movie, Strange Dolly, and see what that is. But yeah, this guy's a nut, but oddly creative. There's definitely something there. So here's a little bit more on him and why he was ruled out as a suspect.
Former bandmates said that none of them ever went to Chicago. They didn't have the technical knowledge required to pull this off, and even if they did, they didn't have any music videos to play at all. And unfortunately, Eric himself isn't able to deny this theory as he passed away in 2010, leaving behind the mystery and his creepy artwork.
Yeah, so he's dead. Alcohol, internal bleeding led on by alcoholism. So.
Wait, you can die from alcohol?
Right. Yes, John. Yes, OJ. So yeah. So he has been taken out of the suspect pool. But then there are there's one other theory that I was going with completely. So I like this theory.
Post made in 2010, a user named BPogue claimed that he might know who did it. In this post, BPogue told the story of two brothers who he nicknamed J and K so as not to potentially reveal their identities to the FCC or anyone who might still want to prosecute them for this crime. J and K were two brothers who were deeply involved in Chicago's local hacking and phreaking scene in the 80s and 90s.
So phreaking, everyone knows what hacking is, but phreaking was, and if anyone watched Hackers back in the day, Hack the Planet, that was
Angelina
when they
Jolie?
Yes, Angelina Jolie and Shaggy.
Yes.
And that also that guy who was in Dangerous Minds where he's like, I'll have a chicken, a whole one. He was in that movie too. The fuck were we talking about?
Phreaking.
Oh, hackers. Oh, phreaking. Phreaking was when you could hack a phone, like a pay phone, and actually get a free call.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you guys knew about this, but before like 2002, you used to have to pay for long distance calls. Isn't that ridiculous?
You know what? You just gave me a flashback. When I was a young kid, I'm talking second, third grade, even maybe, we had that code where we had more than one code, actually. We had like a code where you can make the phone ring. We had like all the testing codes for. I don't know how the hell we had them at that young of an age, but my buddies had them. So yeah, we'd go to the payphone and just call anywhere we wanted to. And at that time, to call from like my house, for instance, to my aunt's house, who lived less than 20 miles away, was considered long distance. So yeah, that was a big deal back then to make long distance calls.
I have a funny phone story we can go back to later, but please continue.
Oh, you have a funny phone story for later. Okay, well, that's why I thought I could see a young Cardiff being like a fracking, or, you know, is that what it was called? Fracking? Phreaking.
I tried the whole hackers thing, recording the tones and stuff. And
yes, because that's what, I knew it. I knew you did. But yeah, so what he's basically saying is that there's someone on Reddit who around 2010, I think, or 2012 said, hey, I think I know who did the Max Headroom hijacking. And he explains that there were these two brothers and a girlfriend. And we will continue with that theory.
Is why he believes that Jay was the man behind the mask. The first point he says is that Jay had the same sense of humor as the guy in the video.
Guilty.
Jay, despite having fairly severe autism and coming off as basically crazy, was actually kind of funny. His sense of humor was sort of disturbing, sort of sexually deviant in nature. Although it's circumstantial, this is the first bit of evidence I have. The Max Headroom video features a guy who at one point holds up what appears to be a vibrator or a dildo, or as the reporter would say,
the display of a marital aid.
The end of the video shows a woman dressed up like Annie Oakley swatting someone's bare ass with a fly swatter. This is the sort of humor that Jay loved. All of his jokes constantly involved something childish and or sexually deviant. The video, for all intents and purposes, is a perfect reflection of Jay's sense of humor, scattered, nervous, and comically sexually deviant.
Sorry.
No, I guess that would have been. At first, I was thinking, you know, well, if you're gonna do something, why wouldn't you do something like really outrageous? But I guess in 1987 on network television, that would have been pretty outrageous anyway. So
yeah, so
did achieve.
You can't really tell in the video because it was 1987 quality video. But at one point, when he kind of comes towards the camera, it looks like it's his finger, but he's holding up a dildo, and then sticking out of the mask at the end when he's holding it up and getting his butt spanked. He puts the dildo through his mouth. But yeah, you're right. That's a thing. Like, we live in so far in the future that we are so desensitized by this that you go, who cares? This looks like a Robot Chicken or Saturday Night Live skit.
Yeah. Like, what was the glove shit all about? Like,
that's again, it was so just sporadic in his thinking. Like, at one point, he's humming the song for a television show called Clutch Cargo, which originally aired in 1950. It's a cartoon. And that in itself, Clutch Cargo is kind of weird because Clutch Cargo was a cartoon in the 1950s that took that Conan O'Brien style of filming someone's real mouth talking and then superimposing it onto the cartoon. And so I actually want to watch some Clutch Cargo, but when he's humming that song, that's a Clutch Cargo song, which was in reruns back in 1987 on WGN. He also made a comment where he says, "I still see the X." The last episode of Clutch Cargo was something called like the Big X. He says, "Your love is fading," which was a popular song by a Chicago, I don't know if it was doo-wop or Motown, but an old artist back in like the 1950s. He said, "Catch the wave," which was the Coca-Cola slogan, but he holds up a Pepsi can. Like, it's all like, just like I said, like if the Joker was going to make a video where he didn't specifically say, "Hey, I'm going to poison the water system unless Batman shows himself," this is the kind of craziness I would expect from someone like a supervillain.
More like the Riddler.
Yeah, or the Riddler, yes.
Like he also, I just want to say, he also mentioned one of the sportscasters' names that was on that station at the time.
Chris, or damn it, what was his name?
Surtsky or Skirtsky.
Yes, and that was a local Chicago broadcaster. He actually went on to be the Chicago Bulls play-by-play guy.
Well, was it his broadcast that he interrupted at first doing the
no
Bears?
That sports guy was not
that guy.
Oh, that's a good question. That would have been interesting.
Thank you.
Yes, no, it was a very good question. I'll go back and find that guy's name.
You're learning.
Right. Chuck Swirsky. But yeah, he ended up being a sports. He was a sports broadcaster at the time, but was not the same guy whose broadcast was interrupted. Very good question, Carter.
It sounds like the guy's name from that in Tommy Boy when they go to Chicago.
Oh yeah, Zelensky.
Zelensky.
Yeah, now he's the ruler of Ukraine and talks like Benny Loco.
Yes, definitely owns a sausage company.
Yes.
Yes, Bratwursts.
Zelensky. The auto parts king. Come on, Zelensky, the auto parts king.
Smoking gun in the
Okay. This is the wrong clip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, clip number 3. He goes on to explain why this group of brothers might be a suspect.
There was also the speaking patterns that B. Pogue said resembled Jay's. Here's an example of a conversation he gave to demonstrate this. "Hey Jay, how old are you anyway? Oh, do you know why I told you not to sit in the front seat? Why? Oh, in case you said something stupid. What do you mean? There's a surprise under the seat for people who say something stupid. Oh, if you say something stupid, huh? What TV shows do you watch? I don't really watch TV. Hey, I'm hungry. Ooh, I hope you don't say something stupid." What I'm trying to illustrate here is that Jay often jumped around randomly back and forth to different subjects when he talked. He never really kept a clear line of conversation. This brings us to the next bit of circumstantial evidence. If you watch the video, the person behind the mask jumps around in exactly the same way as Jay. The problem is, I never spoke with Jay for anything other than that ride home, but the way he spoke was in line with the type of verbal mannerisms of the guy in the mask. Where most people would say, in conversation, Jay said, "oh," in various lengths. Oh, if he struggled to find something to say.
Yeah.
It's all circumstantial, but it's convincing. It's kind of convincing, and you're kind of like, okay, cool. Yeah, they finally have at least a suspect. Because, I mean, this thing has gone on for 30 years, and there wasn't even a single suspect. So I want to believe it's these two brothers and one of their girlfriends.
Smoking gun
like
in this case was something a lot more.
What's that?
There was part of me, like after DabbleCon, I just wanted to disappear. Like just Cardiff disappears and kind of have this 30 years from now, WATP historians will be talking about this blip, this Cardiff Electric thing that should. But obviously, I'm too big of a narcissist, and attention hog to do that. But
Sure.
that would
Well,
have been.
you could still be, you know, like Elvis and maybe die in the bathtub or something.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
But I do understand what you're saying. Yeah, there is something to where, like, yeah, if Cardiff just disappeared and never for 30 years, we're like, remember that show W8? Like, yeah, what happened to that guy who was the potato? He just disappeared.
That little
one day.
footnote. Yeah.
That would've been fun. I agree. There's something cool to that.
The real smoking gun in this case was something a lot more substantial. Jay was at the party in the apartment that afternoon. I didn't talk with him directly. Me and the friend of mine that I was there with didn't really talk to anybody that day, but I did overhear what the others were talking about. They were referring to Jay planning to do something big over the weekend. I remember that word, big, because it piqued my curiosity as to what might be considered big by their standards. I later asked them collectively during the dinner we all had at Pizza Hut later that night what they were talking about earlier, what big was. And someone, probably Kay, told me to just watch Channel 11 later that night, as sort of an offhanded suggestion. I did happen to be watching Channel 11 later that night, having forgotten about the whole big conversation earlier that day. I saw it, but I didn't put two and two together at the time. So putting all this together, B. Pogue said that it was his belief that Jay was Max Headroom, Kay was the cameraman, and Kay's girlfriend was the girl with the fly swatter.
I mean, if they're going to tell you to watch something at 11 tonight on a certain channel, and then that happens, and again, this person could be completely full of shit. I mean, it's not hard to just make a complete story up about these 3 people you met, or 2 people, and just put it to the facts of what actually happened.
And how long after the incident did this story come out?
This was on Reddit in like 2010, so it was like over 20 years later. It was like 23 years after.
So it could very well be like, you know, Stuttering John story just made up in the guy's head. And
right. I mean, it could be anything. It could just be another troll trolling everyone out. Like, that's what it most likely kind of is. But
more importantly, in the chat, yes. Remember when Pizza Hut actually had good pizza?
I was always a Pizza Hut guy because we had Book It in school. And we also didn't have Domino's where I lived until like 2000, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always a Pizza Hut guy.
When I was a child, we had a local Pizza Hut, and I used to love getting the personal pan pizza. And they had one of those sit-down arcade machines that had both, I think it was Galaga and Pac-Man.
Galaga.
Yep.
Galaga, thank you.
And Galaga. Yep, and they had the Pizza Hut buffet.
Mm-hmm. I had a Pizza Hut in my local gas station. That
What?
Did the personal They just did the personal pizzas at the gas station.
Yeah, I love the personal pizzas were the best. That's what you got for Book It. So basically, if you read a book, and I think you did a little book report on it, and you presented to your class, your teacher would give you a certificate, and the certificate was good for 1 free personal pan pizza at your local Pizza Hut.
Remember McDonald's pizza?
I know of it. I've never seen it. I've never had it.
It was good.
You
It
had
wasn't
it?
pizza. It was McDonald's.
Sure.
But it was a fine, quick meal, yes. But
Let me just interject. I'm sorry. I'll try to refrain myself from doing that.
What? Crowbar saying you can talk about whatever you want. Don't listen to O.
I do reference Stuttering John a little bit too much. I actually agree with him.
But that's something we all have in common.
I know this is your channel, BeDabbler, for now.
It is.
If you want to make criticisms of the show and ask for things to change, it must be in the form of a super chat. Thank you, O Umlaut. Even though your super chats are in Canadian dollars.
Thank you very much, Cardiff. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. You will get at the end of this show, you will get enough super chats that you can get yourself a personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut. Yes.
Oh,
that's
really
the goal.
Yeah, it's crazy how much YouTube takes out of your super chats.
And Apple. Don't forget Apple and Google. They take a piece too, or Android or whatever.
Who?
So,
because I was looking at. Okay, I mean, not to turn into MLC all of a sudden.
No, it's amazing.
It is amazing because you're like, oh wow, I think I got like around $200 in super chats, and then like the next day it's like $120, and I was like, wait, what?
I got one of those like $499 ones. I don't think it was David Chandler. It was someone else, and I should remember who gave me $500. I really should.
Was that Kafer?
It was Kafer or
Early on, I don't know. Whatever.
Anyway, yeah. But yeah, when you start looking at the payment, it's like, and then you start doing it. So Google, YouTube takes 30%. Right off the top. But if it went through an Apple phone, so an iPhone or an iPad or whatever, the Apple Store takes 30% before. I don't know who gets it first, but anyway, someone takes 30, and then there's 30 taken, and then same thing. So and then an Android phone, so if it's done through the Google Play Store, they take another 30%. So Google, who owns YouTube and owns Android, is taking a double cut. So yes, if you care about your creators, at least do super chats on your computer, but it doesn't matter.
Interesting. I didn't.
They give us the platform. Who cares?
Exactly. That's a good. I was shocked by how much.
It's shocking how much. Yes, that's why they want to get as many channels doing super chats as possible. Yes.
Right, and just have indentured slaves just constantly doing live streams all day.
And we're happy to do it.
Exactly. Yeah, we get excited about it. Ooh, I'm making money by sitting in my basement and doing a radio show. Oops. Spaghetti Tooth John, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. We are still in the Stuttering John business for now.
Yes,
absolutely. That is absolutely right, and that's what brought us all together.
I'm hoping tonight's premiere will shift us all into the Bert Kreischer business.
Okay, yeah, me too, because I would love to get into that business, and just to make sure everyone knows, we're about 20 minutes from the end of the show. So, and we really need to hit that $3,500 goal today. And I think we're only at about 3,400 and something else.
So
and then when you factor the 30% plus the 30% from Google Play, trying to find the right kind of music.
So you need to net 30,000, not gross. Is that
3,500.
3,500. You need to net 3,500.
I have to net 3,500.
So we need 18,000 gross to get you, and plus taxes. We're taking taxes off here. If you filed your whatever, your
no
K1000s,
and whatever we don't hit, we'll just roll into the next show.
Yes.
Oh my God! But that means tomorrow's. It's gonna be like 6,000 or no 7,000. Oh, I can't even keep track.
You're gonna have to start at 4 a.m.
Oh my God!
Any more on and on the hacking?
Yeah. There's
okay.
Or we could stop.
No. I have a story, but again, I want to finish. I want to kind of see where this goes.
Okay, yeah.
Is this going to be like a Bigfoot documentary? Like they're going to tease that they found this the entire time and then nothing?
I'm not
sticking our hands kind of thing.
There's still no. So they clear these people basically.
Okay. Well, I'm fine to continue then. This is interesting.
Okay.
I give you permission.
Thank you, Cardiff.
You're welcome.
All right, here's
still
clip number 5. There's only two clips left.
Years later, another Redditor named Animosity came forward to corroborate some of the details of B-Pogue's story. So do you think those two brothers did it?
So, just to recap, he's saying now, after that initial guy came out and said, hey, I think I know who did it. It's these two brothers and their girlfriend. 3 years after that post, someone else had posted to back up that story.
The TLDR version is, yes, I do. Here's the long version. In 1987, I was 16 and D-Dial BBS were coming to a slow close. These guys were part of the local BBS D-Dial scene, which is how I knew them. I was kind of interested in their roomie as a potential hookup and drove to the apartment a time or two to hang out. I remember seeing heavy-duty AV equipment.
Does everybody know what a BBS is?
Big black schlong.
Yes, that's correct. No,
is that
a bulletin board service?
I did not know what that was.
Bulletin board service.
Oh, so I know what that is. That was those shit.
Almost like a local internet you dial into and
that's how BeDabbler's grandma knew about tricky trays in the local area.
I don't know what tricky trays is. Please.
How about a Chinese auction? So a tricky tray or Chinese auction is usually run by, it's a fundraiser, and it's usually run by a local church or like a VFW or Knights of Columbus. So you walk in, it's gambling basically.
Yes, okay.
You walk in and there's all these tables full of prizes. And in front of each prize, there is a bag. And now you go up to the lady and buy raffle tickets. You buy 20 for $10 or whatever it was back in the day. And you have your tickets and you put as many tickets into as many bags as you want. You could take all 20 tickets and put it in one bag if you really want that prize. And then it's an auction basically. And
is that where the term putting all your eggs in one basket came from?
I believe so. Yes.
Oh yes. Okay, perfect.
And then they cut off all the, there would be a time where everything's cut off, and now they're going to pick out of each bag and announce who won each prize. And there was always 50-50 and stuff like that. But yeah, so on TV, there would always be like a scroll and different colors and just announcements. Like you said, a bulletin board, essentially. I did not know that's what they were called, though.
No, that's not what that is.
Are you serious?
Yes, no, a bulletin board. So BBS, you would dial in with your modem.
Oh.
And it was kind of like a localized internet. So you would have a BBS that was in your area code, right?
Right.
That you would dial into. I don't even know how you would find out about them. You'd find out from a friend, hey, dial your modem this number. Here's your modem settings. And it would essentially bring up, you could do, this was very early on, file sharing,
right?
Chatting, like you could do chatting. Like it was all text-based. Everything was text. It was all ASCII stuff.
Oh, I have no idea what this is then.
Oh, yeah. No, this was fun. This was very early on. I think something just shot out of your mask.
Did it?
We're going to have to work on the mute when we
gross. I know. I'm sorry. I think I'm getting sick. I literally have like a burning in my chest. Is that COVID?
Yes, you're dead.
Fuck.
Send me your equipment.
Did something really fly out of my mask? Sorry.
It looked like some green mist.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yes. But yes, these were essentially places where you could share information before the internet with your computer. So this would, in 1987, this would have been very nerdy stuff. Like I'm talking, I was fucking around with this early 90s, mid 90s, like before, AOL kind of days. But
that's so interesting. Like, yeah. See, I thought you would have been into like that kind of stuff. Like, so you're saying this is not it? Because I just found a picture of what I was talking about. What you're talking about is way more interactive. Like this was what I'm talking about. Your TV company just put on the screen for you.
Yeah, no, that's not it.
You see that? And like all that stuff would like scroll and stuff, and it would change.
Yeah, no, a BBS, you dial in.
Okay.
Like you would dial into a BBS, and again, everything was code, not code, but you'd have to like do commands, like keyboard commands to go to a different, r/ like Reddit kind of stuff. Like
yeah, that's crazy.
You'd have to go to r/ go to this page. They would have different pages in there.
Used for. Yeah, I never heard of that either. I thought you were just talking about. I had to get a box for WrestleMania 3. I had to go to my cousin's house because we did not have cable yet in the city. I always thought that was weird that I lived in the city of Cleveland, but my cousins in the suburbs had cable.
Closed circuit television.
Yeah, but we had to get a box to see Andre versus Hogan.
Nah, dude, I lived in the sticks or the sticks, I should say, not the sticks, the sticks of Jersey growing up back then, and we had a black box. My grandparents who lived in Brooklyn, they didn't have cable. And I always thought that was fascinating too, but it actually kind of made sense because the infrastructure, I think, was so old that a lot of places just didn't have cable at the time.
We'll do an episode on BBSs. I think I still have my 14.4 modem somewhere.
Yeah, I'm fascinated to learn more about that because I'd never heard of that. Yeah, I really thought what you were talking about was what I was talking about.
And a lot of times you'd have to subscribe, like you'd have to pay.
Yeah.
To be a member so that you could get access. And like I said, I couldn't tell you how I even would find one, but it's just kind of word of mouth. Like the tapes that used to go around.
Yeah. Tape trading and stuff.
Tape trading and stuff. But yeah, that a lot of that stuff moved to there, but there was some fun stuff on there, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think the other thing, and I think it was my lost interest, it was someone who was talking about how they used to have party lines.
Yes.
That was a big thing before the internet too, is party lines where you would like pick up and then like all of a sudden there would be all these other people on the phone line.
Yes, it was. You would have one line for a whole area, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like just random people. It was like a chat room, but on the phone.
Oh, you're talking that party line, like where you'd call into.
I think so. Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah, no, there were like some apartment buildings that used to have party lines. Like it was one line for.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was talking about the party
like
line.
for 3 homes.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, the party. Yeah. So you'd have to call in.
All right, back to this clip.
Yes.
And no one was interested in enlightening me. After the broadcast was broken into, word was going around the D-Dials scene about who did it. Fingers were being pointed at the guys living in the apartment. Of course it was all denied because of the deep shit they got themselves into, and no one ratted anyone out. So it really seemed like B-Pogue was onto something, and other locals of Chicago who were familiar with the scene agreed with him.
So, the more you look into this, it seems like there's a very plausible thing that this group, these two brothers and this girl who were part of the hacking and freaking scene, were very likely to have been the people who did it until the last clip.
Last round of interviews, and having looked at the resulting evidence pile in total, Rick and I have concluded that the possibility of this having been an outside job is...
So Rick was a guy who works for the Chicago Broadcasting Museum or something, and this guy, or the guy who wrote the original post about thinking that these 3 people were the suspects, he met up with him, and upon their conversation, they decided that this was most likely an inside job.
Basically zero. To make a long story short, all the things which needed to have been possessed by an outside amateur or amateurs, no matter how talented, simply did not exist in the wild in 1987. This, and other information we are never able to corroborate, is what allows us to free J and K as suspects with full confidence. If the information they gained is true and J and K can't possibly be the suspects, this means that it had to be a job performed by someone who was in the Chicago broadcasting community.
So that kind of kills, but I don't know. I still think this brother team may have had something to do with it. It doesn't. I mean, I could be someone who works at a broadcasting company and put together a ridiculously juvenile broadcast like that, but I don't know, something about it does really scream like younger kind of kids.
Yeah, like these people would probably be in their late 50s, early 60s by now.
Right.
They're probably like 20 somethings then. Like maybe we need to raise awareness here, get some attention on this again, and somebody's going to come out. Like somebody's got to.
I'm not new to this. There are tons of videos on.
There's got to be a deathbed confession.
Yeah, I mean that's one of those. I would rather hear the full story of this than to know about alien life or any kind of bullshit like that. This fascinates me so much more. But yeah, and that's the Max Headroom 1987 hijacking incident, and I just thought that was a pretty cool thing to talk about and cover, especially with people who might not have known about it.
Sam V has a funny thing in there. I should address that too, but I'll tell my phone story.
Yes, tell your phones. Oh wait, real quick, Sam V. I used to have a jailbroken PlayStation. I would rent a game from Blockbuster, burn it into a CD, then I would be able to use the burned CD on my jailbroken PlayStation.
Yes, I did that too. But even better than that was when Netflix first came around, when they were actually mailing out DVDs.
Yes.
I would get the DVDs. As soon as I'd get them, I'd just burn them and then send them back right away. So I could I wouldn't watch them till whenever. We'd watch stuff later in the week, whatever. But I wanted to get the most value out of my Netflix. And one day I was looking at the return label on the Netflix package. I'm like, I know this address. It's like right next door to my work.
Right.
And it was a PO box. So I went to the post office that was there, and I kind of had the envelopes in my hand, and I talked to the guy. I'm like, is there a place I can just drop these off so they go right into the box? He goes, oh, sure, I'll take them. So I would come home from work. There'd be like 3 DVDs in the queue or in the mailbox. I would burn them that day, take them back the next day, drop them right in the box, by the time I got home that day, I got the email. Okay, these 3 DVDs are mailing out to you within 2. So there were some weeks I would get like 9 DVDs in a week if I timed it perfectly. And I think I still have those DVDs, and I haven't watched most of them. It was just a waste of time. But anyway, that was my
awesome.
Netflix scam.
Yeah, all little scams like that were so fun to do back in the day, and it was easy to get away with things. It was so much easier to be a small-time criminal back in the day when there weren't cameras everywhere and cell phones.
But, well, speaking of cameras and phones, so here's my fun story. I had a friend who lived in, I don't know, he lived in an apartment building, and this was a huge apartment building, like easily 500 apartments in this. Like, it was huge. It was a complex. Like, it was massive. And you know how they started having the channel where you could see the entrance of the building.
Okay.
On your TV.
Sure.
And people would, push the buzzer and, buzz you up. You'd buzz them up, whatever. And his building, and I used to hang out there after school. I don't know how old we were, probably like 10 or 11 years old. And they converted the system to a phone-based system at some point while we were there.
Oh, to get into the building.
To get into the building.
Yes.
So you would dial a number instead of just pushing you used to push the and you'd have to go to the door and
like
push
Seinfeld.
to let them in. Yeah. Not that anymore. Now it goes to the phone.
Right.
And he noticed that whenever someone would dial the number, and he had call display. This guy was like technologically advanced. He had call display well before anyone else did. And he noticed every time he got a call from the lobby, a certain number showed up on his screen.
Sure.
So we decided, I wonder what happens if you call that number. So we would call the number, and it would ring and ring and ring and ring. But as soon as somebody came to the door and punched in a code to dial, it would instantly connect to us. We had a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
I won't say some of the words we used
Sure.
or some of the things we may have called people. So it was a different
awesome.
time. It was a different time. But we used to and we could sit there and watch them on TV, getting very angry with us. And we would lock them up until someone came and opened the door. They couldn't get in because we would just dial right back, and they would connect right back to us.
That's so awesome.
So yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Of course.
Yes. They shut that down pretty quickly though. Somehow the patch came in after a couple weeks because people could not enter the building between the hours of 4:30 and 6:15 every day, Monday to Friday.
Cardiff had the power. Yes. Spaghetti Tooth John, 12 cassettes for 99 cents, then cancel and sign up again under a different name for 99 cents.
House.
Yes, Columbia House. I have a Columbia House t-shirt. I don't know if I've worn it on this show, but
you have.
I do. Oh, I have. Okay. Yes, Columbia House. I loved Columbia House, but their selection was always shit. They never had what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I remember getting the Crash Test Dummies album from there, though.
Yes.
Yes. I believe there was a Howard Stern parody of that song too.
So if you guys ever want to sing any songs, I could always, make them into an actual song after all the lyrics are sung. Just throwing it out there for future reference. If you're gonna,
what's he singing, Potato?
Go all the way through.
Thank you. Yeah, I think he wants to record us and make money off of our talent.
Oh, I knew it.
Mostly mine, but yes.
Cardiff, thank you so much for joining us today. I know you had a very busy morning.
Kagia, yes. Yes. Who's Right podcast tonight with a special guest. We'll be playing a special game. Mm-hmm. I'll be there. I might be on WATP soon. I don't know. And
you have a super busy day.
Yeah, so 7:30. So WATP from like 5 to 7. I don't know. My new stream on Bert Kreischer the Machine will be going up at 7:30. Watch that live. Super chat.
Super chats.
And 8 p.m. Eastern time, I'll be on the Who's Right podcast with a special guest playing a special game that I've put together for them with some help from some special people who I will not give credit for, too, because the bike they bought me, I haven't yet to test it out.
All right. Well, yes, we will all be at the edge of our seats to see what all that is. OJ, what do you want to plug?
Well, I would suggest anybody that is listening, check out Cardiff Electric on his channel. Everything he puts out is fantastic.
Oh, wait. Subreddit surfing, YouTube, Mondays, 8 p.m. Yep. Also, the RSS feed is up. Thank you.
With the great and funny Vinny Paulino.
The guy who kicked me out of DabbleCon? That son of a bitch.
Yes, as
I would also suggest anybody listening, if you missed the BS show this morning, Cardiff Electric was on there. El Horrible came up in discussion, and it was a high-pitched Eric called in. Gary, the R word, called in. It was an awesome show, so I would suggest going and check that out. And if you are not subscribed to El Horrible, the BeDabbler channel, do that right now. So hit that subscribe button and come back and check us out.
Thank you, John. Or I always call him John, like his name is John.
That is my name.
His name is obnoxious.
OJ Samsonite. Yes, thank you. And stay tuned for the next show on the Dabbleverse Network, MLC podcast. I think they're starting up. They should be starting up, or they already did start up about 5 minutes ago. Yes. And thank you all for coming. Thank you all for the super chats. As always, thank you guys. Really appreciate that. We fell well short of our goal of $3,500 today, but that's going to roll over until tomorrow, and so on and so forth. But until then, everybody, I appreciate you guys checking out our show, and I'm sorry I don't have a fixed schedule, but I think we all had some fun today. So until next time, everybody, be dabbling.
Hello, everyone. This is your favorite world-famous host, Stuttering John. Thanks for watching BeDabblin Live with El Horrible. Leave him a voicemail anytime, and we'll play it on the show. 973-440-9770. Follow at El Horrible on Twitter at BeDabbler. Follow OJ on Twitter at Obnoxious John. Till next time, be dabbling. Yeah!